Hey, armchair bookers, before we start today's episode, I would just like to say rest in peace to my other best friend, Asa Millar.
Indeed.
Rest in peace, man. Definitely gone too soon.
Cause it's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
Feed me more.
You just made the list.
Rest in peace.
What up, armchair bookers? We took a week off. I had to, if I can get real serious real quick, I had to, make sure that my dear best friend, Asa Millar, was laid to rest. So we took a week off, pay respects and, busy whatnot. But we are back. Rest in peace, Asa. Long live Asa Millar. And what's good? It's your boy Jazz. I'm here with my dude.
Yo, yo, yo. You know who it is, what's going down, when it's happening, where it's happening, why we're here today. How you doing? It's me, the sublimely magnificent Pete. How's it going? We're chilling.
All right. Well, we've had a week off, so now that we're coming back, just like last time, if so, we got a little bit of housekeeping, excuse me, a little bit of housekeeping to kind of clear the air and whatnot before we fully get into SmackDown or Raw and SmackDown, respectively, from the 13th and 14th of this week. So, some housekeeping. First off, Pete, have you seen this John Oliver special that everybody, I'm talking about, the John Oliver special that he did on
Yeah.
WWE? Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't see it. Maybe you could fill me in because apparently he supposedly some people are saying that he exposed a lot of bullshit that's going on. Some people are saying that he's it's a little bit of bullshit in and of itself. So I'll lay out a little bit.
Pretty much he just pointed out the fact that WWE doesn't have good health insurance for their employees and they don't have to have good health insurance for their employees because they have them all as independent contractors, which, based on how much they work, is kind of BS that they still are qualified as independent contractors.
And not actually employees. Yeah.
But yeah, he spun it in a way to make Vince McMahon look even more like a dick than he may or may not actually be.
So, like I said, I haven't seen it. I need to check it out. But that being said, since being our resident watcher for that,
but it wasn't too. It wasn't it was kind of informative. He might have been a little bit extra biased with it. We don't know what goes on extra backstage, but it was shortly before WrestleMania. It was kind of fun to watch just because every once in a while he's and if that makes you feel bad, you should just, I don't know, beat him up with a bedpan. Well, good for you, wrestling to so-and-so. And so then he had random clips of Vince McMahon getting his ass kicked and stuff from over the years.
He put a lot of humor into it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's John Oliver. He's a comedian.
No, I know. I know who John Oliver is. I didn't know how serious he got with it, though.
It was a serious topic, but it's about as serious as he does any of his topics, where he tries to mix some comedy in there to break up the levity, or to break up the thing so it won't be too stupid. Or too angry. 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, so it's not that long.
It's a segment on his show. His show is only I think a half hour to an hour long. It was one of the segments on his show about a week or two before WrestleMania.
Do you agree? That's a loaded ass question, but do you agree with what you saw?
I mean, he brought up some good points. They shouldn't be independent contractors
Okay.
with how much they work. They should probably be getting paid at the very least actual health insurance for what they do.
Yeah.
But also a lot of his clips of people saying that they never got health insurance or anything was from like the 90s and early 2000s. It's like your old Bret Hart saying that
A
stuff was
lot of
bad.
shit has changed since then, yeah.
However, I think he may or may not have had something from CM Punk when he left. But
Okay.
even that was like damn near 5 years ago now.
Oh, when did CM Punk leave? I was gonna say 09, but he clearly left after 09 because the Summer of Punk was 2011. When the-
Probably 2012 then.
True. That's a good point. Because I don't remember. I mean, I didn't watch too much wrestling in 2013, but I don't remember Punk being around 2013 anyway. So, it probably was 2012. Because, like I said, the Summer of Punk was 2011. Like that was the pipe bomb. That was the Money in the Bank. 5-star match. That was like all that shit. So yeah, it must have been 2012 when Punk left. Yeah.
Yeah, 2012, 2013. It's either way, it's been like 5 years since the man left.
Early 2013. Okay, well
But
that being
he also like had done a piece, because WWE doing this stuff in Saudi Arabia.
yeah.
And so he's like, I know we look down on WWE because of this, that, and the other. It's what it is at this point. And WWE ain't listening to nobody. They're doing another show in Saudi Arabia. Vince is just counting his money.
Yeah, they making money on top of money on top of money.
Mm-hmm.
Also, more housekeeping. We just gotta talk about it because it's burning up the rumor mill and WWE and whatnot. But anyway, so we got to get into it. These Lars Sullivan comments. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Where do we start about the Lars Sullivan comments? I have not read them. My big brother sent me a clip about it when it first started going around, because it first started going around last week, the week that we took off. But clearly Lars Sullivan has been getting a push, was getting a big ass fucking push. Being billed as like a monster, making jokes about the over 40 club and everybody, because he was going around just obliterating and decimating shit. But apparently, like I said, I haven't read the stuff, but apparently before Lars Sullivan got hired by WWE, he was going on like forums on bodybuilding.com and other websites and saying a whole lot of very racist, prejudiced, sexist, Islamophobic, all kind of like just shit that was like damn near very unwarranted and pretty much unforgivable. I'm just saying this again off speculation because I haven't read them. Because when my brother sent me this stuff, he was like, check this out, man. When he sent me stuff, I was like, this is a lot of shit. Like whatever the links were, however, justified or not, I was like, I gotta read this when I get a chance. Goddamn. But the whole thing about it was people are saying that any other time, normally it would be, maybe like, okay, we can look past it or whatever. But a lot of people are saying it's so much of it, and what was said is hard to forgive. I don't know. But my thing is, however warranted or not, again, motherfuckers like to do this shit on the internet, and they like to be like, oh, you're starting to get ahead, even if it's warranted or not. Don't get me wrong, but I was like, oh, you're starting to get ahead? Let me see if I can find, everything in the past that you've done that's like, shitty as fuck. But like I said, the Lars Sullivan stuff, I have not, I haven't like, read it up into it. Maybe
I hadn't even heard about it.
You hadn't heard about the Lars Sullivan racist comments going around? So this is like a big ass fucking thing, yeah. So shortly before he got hired by WWE, it had apparently gone on where he was saying this stuff on the forums until not too long before he got hired in NXT. So then he stopped. Then he gets hired in NXT. He has his whole career. Now he gets called to the main roster. This stuff starts to surface. Supposedly WWE had heard about it. So since it started going around, WWE had heard about it, and he had, I guess, like internally apologized. And they, of course, weren't going to outwardly bring this stuff up. But
Yeah.
Since it surfaced, now it's like, what's going to happen. And since it had got brought up, WWE was like, well, he had already apologized and we already knew about it. It was water under the bridge, so to speak. But some sponsors were like, you're not going to do anything? What the fuck? And I guess they threatened to pull out or whatever. So now, and we'll get into, how they Lars with, the fact that he was barely on the shows. But now, like, Lars apparently got fined like $100,000, and he supposedly is forced to go to sensitivity training.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, I don't like to get very political on this show, of course not anyway, but bringing it up because it is a big topic right now. And the last thing, I don't know if you have anything to say about the fact that the ratings have been failing across the goddamn fucking board, like very, very badly. One thing I will say about that is shout out to Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard, Conrad, and Bruce on there. Conrad brought up a good point when they were looking at the highest ever rated Raw segment. I think it was Watch Along, May 10th of 99, I think. And he was talking about how nowadays we get so wrapped up in ratings, but at the time nobody gave a fuck about ratings, and now all of a sudden all we give a fuck about is ratings. And I gotta agree, man. Like, and when I say we, I mean us collectively as like wrestling fans. We are, shit, hence this fucking show, but we're so close to the fucking business that sometimes we forget to have fun with the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know all the insider shit, we know all the rumor shit, we know all the this, that. Everybody's looking at the ratings. The ratings did drop to the lowest they've ever been, but we're looking at the ratings and all this shit to the point where we forget to have fun. Like, I was listening to some podcast a few weeks ago, just a snippet of about 30 minutes or so. I think it might have been Dave Meltzer, or not, if not Dave Meltzer, two people, and everything they were saying was just so fucking just like hatred filled and whatever. And I'm like, do y'all like the show? Because we talk about shit as far as like not liking it, whatever. But it was like, do y'all like this shit? Like, we can find joy in it, even though we shit on it. Like, damn. So I don't know. The ratings did drop, and they clearly did the wild card rule that happened last week as the answer to the fucking ratings issue and whatnot. And they did that shit or whatever. But it's like,
the ratings are dropping because like a lot of people who were upset with things are just waiting on AEW now.
Think that's what it is?
That's part of it. Also, the ratings always drop after WrestleMania.
True.
Also, the NBA playoffs are going on right now.
Definitely.
And the hockey playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's other stuff to watch right now.
True.
That and the storylines aren't anything that's truly captivating.
Yeah, but see, the last one is the only thing that, to play a little devil's advocate. The last thing you said is the one thing that is preventable by WWE.
But here's the thing. Like,
play devil's advocate.
Here's the thing. Like, these things happen. They also probably don't really try as hard because they know the ratings are dropping.
Because they know the ratings aren't gonna be good because of all the shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and real quick before we get into the shows, Ibn told me that you might be going to AEW's Double or Nothing. Are you?
Not Double or Nothing, no. The thing they have in Orlando. Oh, yeah, CEO.
Oh, okay.
Fighter Fest.
Okay. Let me know how that is.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's go ahead. We're going to get into Raw. The Raw from May 13th. Go ahead and get into it. All right, so we open the fucking wild card rule. We open both shows. I mean, we talk about Raw right now, but we open both shows, Raw and SmackDown, with motherfucking, what was it? Miz and Roman opened both goddamn shows. Like, Jesus, y'all, come on. In various ways, but Roman's on Miz TV. And I mean, this wild card rule. My thing, real quick, before we even get into it, if you want to end the brand split, just end the brand split. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. That was the first thing I thought when I saw the wild card rule. Like last week, what we didn't do, I was like, bro, I couldn't even be happy everybody was on Raw because I was like, who the fuck else is gonna walk out of this bitch?
Mm-hmm.
You want to end the brand split? Just end it, which they might eventually fucking do. But anyway, I also heard that rumors, hooray, rumors. But I also heard that they're being pressured for more star power across the shows because of the deals they're starting to get themselves into behind the scenes, with the networks and shit. But anyway, we opened the show with Roman on Miz TV, and they're, talking. Miz is a face Miz again.
Mm-hmm.
They get interrupted by Shane McMahon and Elias. They start talking shit, and all of a sudden, here comes Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley and Elias attack Miz and Roman, and then big surprise, Roman and Miz against Bobby Lashley and Elias in a tag team match. Player, I mean, same old, like.
Yeah. But then when they were talking, like, Roman comes out, he says something. Miz goes one thing, like, makes the comment, like, hey, by the way, you're in this movie now, and I'm the A-lister. We should do a movie together. And Roman's like, you sounding like the old Miz. Where's the Miz from last week? Dude, just ask you if you could be in a movie together. He can't just drop the movie. He still comes out to Quiet on the Set. Can we please have Quiet on the Set? He can't just drop his character because he... You know what I mean? It was one fucking line, and you go start being like, oh, you sounding like the coward. Where's the Miz that chased Shane with a chair? Well, Shane ain't the fuck out here right now for me to chase him with a chair.
His nickname is the fucking A-lister, bruh. He's
Yeah.
built from Hollywood. Like, goddamn.
Face or heel right now, he's still the A-lister. They got the whole movie star gimmick.
Right.
Let the man make a joke, like, in character about being a movie star. And he's like, fine, you want to talk to the angry one? I'll be angry.
Right. Bro, that shit from a few weeks ago with that blood streaming down his forehead and that chair in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
That shit, that motherfucker looks scary. But yeah, so Roman and Miz end up going over on Lashley, but only because of a disqualification, because Shane, when Roman is on the ropes, attacks Roman, but then Miz comes in and he grabs a chair, chases everybody off.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Roman Reigns threw a Superman punch. I mean, we didn't have the typical... First thing I thought when I saw Raw open was, I was like, at least we're not starting with a billion people in the ring promo and everybody talking about how they gonna win the Money in the Bank and all that shit. That is something that's been happening a billion times, and then we have 6 and 8 men, 6 and 8 women matches. At least we didn't have that shit. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That was my first thought. I was like, at least we open it somewhat differently.
Mm-hmm.
Shane McMahon sets up a false count anywhere between Sami Zayn and Braun Strowman. Can we talk real quick about the fact that last week Sami Zayn gets thrown into the fucking dumpster?
A+ material. Fuck what culture. I thought that shit was hilarious.
No, I was
Braun Strowman. No, I'm just saying, what culture was shitting on that, like, the whole time? They're like, he threw him in a bin? How dare he? A fucking bin! A fucking bin? Really, Vince? Really? What the fuck is it? I guess they're just not even trying anymore, and they wonder why their ratings are dropping. Like, that was one of the 2 good things in that whole fucking episode. What the hell is wrong with you? I was
going to say that, yeah. It wasn't just them, the whole internet. First of all, shout out to what culture, love y'all shit. But, no, the whole fucking, internet was talking about, he threw him in a dumpster. I was like, yo, this is kind of cool. Look at this silly shit. I loved it.
What? Braun survived being in a dumpster? Surely. being in a dump truck? Surely Sami Zayn can.
I will say, I like that he threw him in a dumpster, but I did think him just coming out, like, fucking on Smackdown the next night unscathed was like, what the fuck? But whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then we have... Mojo Rawley, apparently he's been coming out on Main Event after the whole cracked mirror blue shit on his face.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, that's what I've heard and everything. But this is his first time on the main roster after a few weeks of the whole, like, cracked mirror blue stuff on his face thing. And he ends up beating Apollo Crews. Like, the fuck? Take away the last name and give it back. But he goes over on Apollo Crews, who was apparently the wild card from Smackdown that nobody fucking remembered was on Smackdown.
Yeah.
Because who was Apollo Crews? Like, I like you, Apollo Crews, Apollo whatever, but the hell. But yeah, so Mojo, like, we'll see what they do with this gimmick thing, but I don't know. But anyway, like, this match, okay. All right. Then Apparently, so Nikki Cross comes out and is acting very normal.
That was weird.
That was weird as a motherfucker. What the fuck? Nikki Cross was acting. Hey Alexa, how you doing? Oh, okay, you good? How are the kids? What the fuck?
Mm.
Apparently, according to Brian Zane, shout out to Wrestling with Regret, he said that she did like a website exclusive interview saying she's leaving the darkness behind. So she just somehow decided I'm snapping out of being a nut job. I don't know, bruh. But then she wrestles crazy.
Yeah, she still had the same entrance and everything.
So she's normal, but she wrestles crazy. I don't know. Anyway,
Maybe some Festus stuff, you know.
I don't know, bro.
Hear the bell ring and just go nuts, and then the bell rings again, and he just goes back to Festus face.
I'm just happy that they gave Nikki Cross airtime because what the hell? Like, I love Nikki Cross and where she been at, so at least she got some screen time. But that was odd. But yeah, so Alexis tricks her into wrestling in the match for her against the rest of the Money in the Bank entrants later on tonight. Then we have very nice, I thought, double. What the fuck? You want to explain to everybody what that was real quick, Pete?
Text message alert.
Man, motherfucker. No, then we have what I thought was a very nice double contract signing with Becky Lynch, Lacey Evans, and Charlotte Flair.
I did like how
I like that one.
It's like it still made me go, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Lacey Evans, but I did think it was funny when Lacey was like, at least we knew how to dress like classy. Honey, this is a contract signing, not a fight. And Becky's just like, you haven't really been to any of these, have you?
Becky was giving her some looks after what she was saying. They showed Becky. Becky was just looking like what she said. She said, because she calls herself the man, and she said, "You pretend to swing around things you don't have." And Becky was looking like, "The fuck you talking about?" That shit was funny as. It's like, excuse me. That shit was funny as hell. I like this though because again, okay. Lacey Evans, right? If you ask most of us who don't really watch NXT, right? Lacey, especially, and she kept walking out for a while, like a long while, until she finally did something. All of us, to most of us, a lot of us, we're like, who the fuck is Lacey Evans? I think with last week, this week, and what they've been trying to do, I think they're like starting to at least make Lacey somewhat something of credible.
Get this woman's right shit out of here.
Yeah. I can't argue with that one. Am I a Lacey Evans fan? No. Was I a fan of this segment? Yes. Was I a fan of Lacey playing her part in this segment? Yes. For what it was worth, I was a fan of it. I do think it's funny that Lacey goes, "You're not worth my time," or like, "I'm not gonna dirty my clothes," or whatever the fuck, or something like that. And then a second later, just starts attacking Becky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what happened? I thought this was cool for what it was. For the sake of a go home, they gotta build up, essentially, no offense to Lacey Evans, but essentially they gotta build up a nobody. And they had to do it within 3-4 weeks. Just to make it to where we could believe that it's not gonna be an outright squash. So I think for what this was, that was good in that sense. And I thought that everybody looked good at the end of it. It was nice to have a picture of them holding up the respective titles they're going after. They put Becky through the table. Who knows? We're going to have our predictions on a separate video. But yeah. Baron Corbin ends up going against Ricochet, beats him with an end of days. Good fucking match.
Mm-hmm. Another thing, what culture blames on the ratings loss?
Yeah.
Baron Corbin.
They shitting all over Baron.
I like Baron.
Like I said, I love Baron in the ring. I said that. I think on the mic, Baron is wooden. It is what it is. He gets the response that he's supposed to. I'm not gonna shit on that goddamn hard though, because I
think he's perfectly serviceable. And again, it's like I think I said on the show before. He's one of the few heels that can consistently be booed.
That's why I say he gets the response he's supposed to. He does.
He can go overseas to London and still be booed.
There, I cannot argue with any of the points that you are making right now, my friend. But I will say, at the end of the day, in the ring, a fucking plus work. I love it on the mic. In the words of Borat, not so much. I'm sorry, sir.
Mhm.
Like, sorry, not sorry. Then we got fucking Cesaro was fucking around with Rey Mysterio in the back when he was being interviewed, talking about, you sure Dominic's your son? He looks a little like Joe. That was funny as hell. And I mean, like I said, shout out to the Custody of Dominic match, but rest in peace Eddie Guerrero. But is it Eddie's son?
Mhm.
Technically, according to the custody, like where the fuck was Vicky? But we know where the courtroom was. When they passed him over to Dominic. Like, I'm just saying, WWE, first of all, too, real quick, WWE will fucking dangle anything on a pole or anything from the fucking like rafters to climb up and get on a goddamn ladder, bro.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
fucking a contract for Terry Runnels, the custody of Dominic, pink slip on a pole match, fucking this was WCW shit, but grab the taser first to use it on your opponent. Like, what the fuck, man? Jesus goddamn Christ, y'all. One of the dumbest matches is the Four Corners match, though, but that's beside the point. I digress too much. Touch every corner.
What I like is how, okay. My roommate was describing Sheamus as a Namekian, from Dragon Ball. Because,
Okay.
alright, so Cesaro, not Sheamus, is describing Cesaro as a
Cesaro.
Namekian. Now, he had a teammate that he was doing real good and a tag team partner with him and Tyson Kidd.
Okay.
Tyson
right.
Kidd gets injured, possibly out forever.
Mm-hmm.
He pretty much assimilates Tyson Kidd into himself, starts wearing the wristband and doing the sharpshooter as his move, gets an upgrade to his own arsenal. Sheamus, the Bar, they got their thing going. Sheamus, probably out. Definitely out with an injury, probably donezo. He fucking just assimilates Sheamus's entrance music, his fucking colored lighting, color of his clothing and everything, and pretty much did it. It's like he was like, he's pretty much doing the fucking Piccolo fused with Nail, fused with Kami thing. Like, it's okay. Use my body. We'll continue on going through this.
He didn't keep the kilt though.
He didn't need to.
Well, that's because he's Swiss, not Irish. So
Yeah.
he was only wearing kilt by association. Kilt by association. But anyway, never mind. That was a really bad joke. Anybody listening? Because it sounds like kilty.
There actually is a funny video Crunchyroll made of why wrestling is anime.
Of what?
Crunchyroll? They
You said
do a lot of they're like an anime streaming site, a legal anime streaming site.
Yeah.
They had a video on YouTube, why pro wrestling is anime.
Why wrestling is anime. I didn't hear what you said.
Hmm.
Okay. We have next Nikki Cross again. Now she's crazy from fucking like the second she enters like the stage to the ring and leaves and everything. Now she's fucking crazy again. But Nikki Cross versus Natalya versus Naomi versus Dana Brooke. We had some good showing from Dana Brooke. I still don't know if I think that she's gonna win this motherfucker, but good showing from Dana Brooke. Like, you let everybody tell it, and I mean, rumors, hooray, rumors. But I'm just saying, but you let everybody tell it. But she's just a placeholder for Sasha. So yeah. And it would have been nice to have Sasha and Bayley in this match again, but who's to say that they would have done anything? And now what was funny at the end of the match though was when they set, because they got the both briefcases hanging from the rafters, and they set the fucking they set the ladder up. Nikki goes to climb it, and Alexa's like, no, what the fuck? And then Alexa climbed it instead. That was funny as shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, the hell you doing? That was hilarious. Rey Mysterio goes over Cesaro. This was a really good match. This was a good match. Bruh, one of the fucking like highlights of this match was, and Cesaro was so good the way he like let everybody like brought everybody in and like the anticipation. But when he teased doing the fucking 619,
Yeah, the Swiss 19.
and then went for the shit.
Mm-hmm.
But his big ass, like, bro,
He's done it in the past.
has he?
Yeah.
I do not.
It
I
looks
did
like,
not know.
it's like the Cena Kinrana. It's a dude that's too big to be doing this move, doing the move.
Yeah, because Cena's fucking like huge. Cena's like not just like taller than Ray, but like a bodybuilder size.
But yeah,
right?
he's done a Hurricane Rana, and it looks about as awkward as you would expect.
Yeah, I've seen Cena do a Hurricane Runner.
Yeah.
And he's big
And the
as fuck.
Swiss 19 is like, dude's fucking, Cesaro's fucking huge compared to
Tall
Ray.
as shit, yeah.
But
compared to Ray.
he's done it in the past.
He's not like Cena buff, but he is tall and he is but I mean it's like fucking apparently the shooting star press that Brock Lesnar like fucked his neck up with at what was it, WrestleMania 19. Apparently Brock Lesnar's big ass could just do shooting star presses, period.
Oh
Like,
no, he could. He could
apparently
do
it's
shooting
like
star
nothing
presses.
for him to do shooting star presses, and they told him chill out on doing those because you too big for how you could be marketed. Like you don't need to be doing that. But like yeah, like big dudes doing like smaller person moves and shit. Like what the fuck?
Athleticism is athleticism.
True. I mean, shout out to Rob Van Dam.
Mm-hmm.
Heavyweight. Gave Jeff Hardy a run for his money when they were in the company at the same time. So yeah. Then we got the latest episode of the most interesting thing about pro wrestling right now, or at least like WWE, I should say. Firefly Funhouse. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can we talk about the fact that fucking Ramblin' Rabbit got fucking eaten alive and then stitched back together?
He just had a Band-Aid over his eye.
Right, and his tie was crooked. His tie was crooked.
But he looked shook. Like, he was just, like, cowering the whole time.
Yeah!
So I like that touch.
Now, we gotta talk about this.
Yeah.
Because everything that I've seen, everybody is liking whatever Bray his like dark secret is gonna be or whatever, except Jazz. I saw it and I was like, if he comes out and I like it, I like it. I'll go with it. I'm not just gonna hate it for hating its sake. But before I even saw videos on it, my initial reaction to seeing this is my dark secret, and he was like, dressed up with the mask and the crazy deep voice for Yowie Wowie and all that shit. My initial thought was, what the fuck is this? I liked everything leading up to this until that switch. I just got to be honest. And I know I am in the minority like a motherfucker on this one. But I saw that shit, and I was just like, bruh, like, why couldn't he just come out as this, creepy, Steve from Blue's Clues, Mr. Rogers type shit?
Because him coming out, that wouldn't translate as well, like, in front of a live audience.
I guess so.
Like, in all honesty.
I guess so.
Like, it works for the Firefly Funhouse things. And I guess
that's controlled. Yeah.
Now, I will say the outfit looks a bit weird, but it's something that I could probably get used to. But I only thing I didn't like about the transformation sequence was the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
I don't remember them singing Twinkle. You said that before we started recording. I don't remember them singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah, as he was doing it, it was like a deep voice.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
You did that really fucking good.
Like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
And then it shows him with the mask, and he's like, Yowie Wowie.
Yeah.
Which was terrifying. He didn't have a warp on his voice. It was just, he was saying it in a lower tone.
I can get behind Yowie Wowie as a catchphrase. I can get behind that.
It worked. I think turning him into like a scary clown mask, whatever the fuck he is now, will help to reinvigorate him being terrifying, considering they took his old thing and then just went like, hey, he loses all the time. So he stopped being scary.
I got you. I don't know. I saw it and the switch was just like, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is like scary or creepy or whatever. I was just like, this is a huge flip from what I saw. And then,
Well, it was them taking it somewhere.
It was, yeah, but it to me, it just raised way more questions than it did, like,
It's not really supposed to answer anything yet. He's
No, well, that's why I was gonna rephrase. To me, it raised more eyebrows, but in a different way. Eyebrows like, what the fuck? Not what the fuck, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm not just gonna be like, I didn't like it, so I'm never gonna like it. Like, if I like it, I fucking like it. But as of right now, wasn't a fan. I was a fan of everything up until this. But we'll see. We'll see. I doubt that we'll see him at Money in the Bank. Because, I mean, we'll see. But Money in the Bank seems like it's got so much other stuff going on with feuds and all the title matches that it doesn't seem like it's necessary to have him on that. But I mean, they've been building it up, so we'll see. But I don't think we'll see him on that one. Next, we had a quick little segment. The Revival came out and said, "You've been embarrassing us way too goddamn much, Usos. So eventually, we're gonna whoop that ass." Yeah. Okay.
Better than Uzi Hot.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We took a week off, so we missed Uzi Hot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me, but at the same time, for the sake of the show, but not glad you reminded me because I don't need to remember that bullshit. Oh my gosh. Shall we talk about Uzi Hot? Yeah. Whew. I mean, if you want to go with, rumors, hooray, rumors, you turn down $500K a year for the next 5 years. Apparently, WWE says, fuck you.
Yeah.
And, then you have to pretend that you got icy hot on your balls.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Revival for giving it their fucking all and playing that shit up to a T when they had to pretend like they had icy hot on their nuts.
Yeah.
But what the fuck, man? I showed that to my friend, one of my really, really good friends. Because I was like, you gotta watch this shit. My first thought when I saw that, I paused it, went to my big bro, and was like, what the fuck is this shit? My first thought when I saw that, I showed it to my friend, and I was like, this is the shit that people who are trying to get back into wrestling will watch. They will stop it, and they will say, this is why I don't watch wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. It was terrible.
What in the motherfucker was that, bro? Like, really? Really? This what we doing, man? You shaving your back. Ooh. I snuck and put icy hot in your trunks. I don't know, man. Okay. Yeah. Uzi hot. Okay, hot. Icy hot in your trunks. What the fuck? What? Okay. I don't know. Thankfully, this week we didn't have another segment for like another notch in the fucking like one-sided prank war that is this juvenile bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Usos are like, the Revival are like, yeah, we're gonna beat the Usos ass. We're not getting it at Money in the Bank, it looks like, unless it's an impromptu pre-show match. As of right now, there's only one pre-show match. But yeah, they're gonna challenge him, and I don't fucking know. There's a high chance that the way things have been going, and the rumors going around and whatnot, there's a high chance that whatever the match is, the Revival's gonna lose.
Yep.
I'll put it that way. Next, last match, Falls Count Anywhere, Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman.
Oh, by the way,
Falls Count Anywhere. Go ahead.
By the way, the second they made that match, I'm like, oh, so this is what they're doing. They're removing Braun from the fucking match. God damn it.
You thought that the second it was made?
Yes.
I honestly, for a second, was like, there's no way Braun's losing this shit.
No, it's like Drew McIntyre's probably going to screw him out of it. And then, like, Drew McIntyre wins Money in the Bank. Because who the fuck's going to stop him?
I mean, like I said, a true Falls Count Anywhere, though. They did fight all in the stands. They fought all backstage, like into the concession area. They fought like backstage area, like all around the ring. It was like on the stage. Motherfucker went through the table, like the announce table on Raw, so they had to go all the way up by the stage to do it and shit.
Yeah.
So it was a good match. It was. If you look in, kayfabe land, you got to hand it to, you got to, Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin were smart. I I can whoop fucking Sami Zayn's ass way easier than I can whoop Braun Strowman's ass. So
yeah, I wasn't expecting Baron to show up, but of course he did, because Baron, as if we're talking kayfabe land, is also a fucking idiot and doesn't know how to stop poking the bear that is Braun Strowman. Every single time he gets Braun Strowman to leave him alone by Braun targeting someone else, he still manages to be like, "Hey, Braun, remember you were pissed off at me? I'm gonna fucking kill you!" Oh shit!
That's funny,
Mister. I'm not finished with you. If he seems like he's finished with you, let that happen. Roman learned. Roman left him alone. Does you see Roman go anywhere near Braun Strowman? No. He does his own shit.
Roman's too busy being occupied, like just opening both shows.
But I'm just saying, Roman doesn't go anywhere near Braun Strowman. Braun told him after he got leukemia, "Yeah, you better beat leukemia, and you come back, I'm gonna beat you." So I'm like, Jesus Christ! But first, you need to beat leukemia so I can beat you up. Because it's Braun Strowman. He's fucking
I won't feel like shit when I beat you. Yeah, beat leukemia, and then I won't be wrong for beating your ass.
But he was in a more respectable tone because he's a face now.
Right,
but
right.
Still,
right.
Braun Strowman. It's just I love that character, but but what I don't get is what WWE is trying to do with him.
Well, again, rumors. But I heard a little something, but apparently, like, this is some shit. Like, this is punishment. Him being taken out the match. So yeah, I don't know though. I heard a little rumbling on something. I think it was Wrestling with Regret, and all he said was supposedly Braun's being punished now for being taken out the match. For what, I don't know. For what, I do not know. But
I think that's just people trying to find some way to rationalize this, because they've been trying to say the man had been punished for telling Kurt Angle's wife that she couldn't have an autograph like 5 years ago or some shit.
The fuck? I didn't. What the hell?
He didn't know Kurt Angle's wife was Kurt Angle's wife. She just walked up to him with her kid, like, "Hey, can I get an autograph?" And he's like, "Hey, fuck off, lady." And it turned out she was Kurt Angle's wife.
What the fuck?
That was like something that happened years ago. That happened like years ago.
That's so goddamn.
People are like, "Oh, WWE's mad at Braun Strowman," and then they keep saying like, and then like almost every time like someone online just talking about it, they're like, "Now this could be because he's known for getting backstage heat, like that time with Kurt Angle's wife and the autograph thing."
Oh fuck!
But my thing is, I'm not even gonna say he's being punished. My thing is, I just don't think WWE knows what they want to do, because they clearly want to push the fuck out of him, but at the same time they're like, "But we need Roman at the top. Or whoever else at the top. So let's bury him. But let's not bury him. We'll just keep him out of the matches and keep him protected at the same time. Like, we won't let him ever win anything, but we'll have to go out our way when he loses to be like, oh, he got screwed out of it, and that's the only reason he lost."
From the secondary to the main to the tag titles, has he ever held one? Has he ever held a title, period?
Tag team.
Okay, with who?
Nicholas. They're like,
oh shit! Ah, yeah. God damn it! Oh my god!
No, he spent the past 2 WrestleManias in joke matches.
Yeah, because he did the whole shit against Michael Che and Colin. I forgot the dude's last name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the one before that was the shit with Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what the fuck? Oh my gosh. Shout out to Nicholas for being the youngest any champion ever in WWE/F. What the fuck? Wow. Okay, I forgot about that shit.
I still say I want him and the black Make-A-Wish kid that ended up in the Hall of Fame or whatever. I want that Make-A-Wish kid to live, and I want them to both grow up and enter WWE as the most entitled heels ever.
Like 15 years from now? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the shit. Like, you'd be like, you remember back in, what was it, 2018, motherfucker?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the youngest tag team champion ever. I'm the youngest Hall of Famer inducted. I did this before I even stepped foot in the WWE ring. Like, well, shit.
And that little boy, I didn't see like his like induction or whatever, but the little clips I saw, I was like, that little boy has some fucking charisma. So like he can harness that shit. He could definitely captivate some people later on down the road. That shit would be hot, like for real. But yeah, we're gonna move on to SmackDown real quick. But yeah, I'm gonna say this, like I said a few weeks ago, and then you quickly and rightfully corrected me when I was like, "There's no true marketed big man in the Money in the Bank," and you were like, "Braun." Now there's no true marketed big man because we got Baron and Drew, but they're not marketed as like big men or whatever, and they don't wrestle necessarily like big men. So the true big man, so to speak, is like there is none now. Yeah. But yeah, I did think it was funny at the end when all three of them, Baron and Drew, pressing on Sammy to pin Braun. I thought it was funny as shit. After Sammy won, fucking Baron and Drew walked to the back and they just like threw Sammy out. Like, all right, get the fuck out of here. We don't care no more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like, okay, here, Braun, we know you're bad. Here, beat him up.
It's like, all right, like throwing fucking like fresh meat to some fucking like lions. Like,
right, he's gonna come right after them. They know damn well that they don't. Drew probably told Baron to do it. Like, no, Baron, you gotta distract him. He's gonna come right after us.
Bro, your Drew McIntyre voice when you get gruff and put that half accent on. What the fuck? Oh my god, no! What the fuck? Anyway, all right. Shout out to Drew Galloway.
I do like Drew McIntyre. He's hilarious.
Drew McIntyre is the shit. Now. Back when he first started.
I've always liked Drew McIntyre.
No, when he first started.
Hashtag the party's over.
No. He still does.
Party's over.
He still does Future Shock deeds.
Out of time.
Just as a regular. Oh my god, that was an energy killer, bruh.
What is yours?
It would be like 3 people come out. You'd be like, yeah. And you would be ready to fall the fuck to sleep.
And I dream broken dreams.
Why are you singing
them come
like a concert, bro? The fuck? Go ahead, keep
make them for you. Fucking love this.
I thought you were.
The intro was kind of slow and silly. I get your point.
That's what I'm saying.
But I like the song itself.
They ended up. I liked the song. It just had no place for a wrestling venue, which is why they ended up cutting. They ended up cutting the intro short later on.
Yeah, you didn't need the whole intro though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I liked it. It just had no place in a wrestling venue because it sucked the energy out of a room.
Mm-hmm. Just skip to the out of time.
Exactly.
So say goodbye. Anyway.
So, Roman Reigns and The Miz open the show. Wait a minute. Are we talking about Raw again? Oh, wait. No, we're not. Roman Reigns and The Miz.
So we're moving on to SmackDown.
Right. Yeah, we're moving on to SmackDown from the 14th. All right. Of May. Roman Reigns and The Miz open the show because I believe that, what was it? Roman says, welcome The Miz.
Mm-hmm.
So, Monday, Miz welcomes Roman. Tuesday, Roman welcomes Miz. Yeah. And then they, it comes out. They, they give their little talks or whatever. They get interrupted by Shane McMahon and Elias. And then Shane McMahon says, and then there's 2 other guys who, especially you, Miz, which I didn't understand why he said, especially you, Miz. That was like, is there a rivalry or something here that I missed? But it's especially you, Miz, 2 guys that hate you.
I totally thought it was just going to be the B team.
That's what I was thinking. Because they brought the B team back as lackeys, as well as they're the fucking Miz-tourage.
Yeah.
So when he said 2 guys who especially hate you, I was like, yeah, B team. And it was Daniel Bryan and Rowan. I was like, was it something I missed?
Oh, wait. You don't know why Daniel Bryan would hate The Miz?
Oh, duh. I forgot that shit.
You don't know why Daniel Bryan would hate The Miz?
Duh, tripping.
Because let me tell you, he didn't like him. They were just on the opposite sides of the face-heel spectrum.
True. It was the other way around. No, that's a good point. And shout out to last week, Rowan and Daniel Bryan are now the tag team champions.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Hardy Boys had to give it up because of, Jeff being all fucked up and whatnot. So they had a match against the Usos, who were on Raw, so no shit, you're not gonna win. But they had a match against them and they won. And I mean, if you think about the tag division in WWE, period, especially, I think across the board, it's not really too many like true tag teams. We'll get to a tag team that was christened like officially, so to speak, quote unquote, later in the show. But yeah, so Daniel Bryan and Rowan made sense to give the titles to, but anyway, not that I hate the team, but titles now, whatever. Daniel Bryan, Rowan come out, the four of them start whooping ass. All of a sudden, here come the Usos. Usos break it up, and then they make a match later on where it's going to be 4-on-3. Because if the Miz interrupts the match, the steel cage match, they have money
to cancel.
Canceled, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Miz didn't want that because he violated his dad. So he's like, I want to whoop that ass.
Yeah.
All right. Fatal 4-way match: Andrade, Finn Balor, Randy Orton, and Ali. First big shock, besides the fact that this match was great, big shock, they let everybody come out and have a true entrance on camera and not come out during commercial.
Yeah.
Including Ali and Finn. Everybody. Like, I was motherfucking shocked. Like, for real. But no, this match was like really fucking nice. Like, everybody got their shit in. They look good. I love Randy Orton's promo before the match where he said the 3 deadliest letters. The way he did it, the 3 deadliest letters in WWE, R, K, and then the crowd said O for him, and he just like dropped the mic like, you damn right.
Yeah.
That was dope shit. So then after the match is over, Andrade goes to puts the ladder in the ring. Zelina, get that ladder! I love her. Puts the ladder up. He goes to get the fucking Money in the Bank. Here comes Ricochet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay. There's another Raw wild card. Here's Ricochet.
Literally just to come and make a statement that he's not winning Sunday.
Like, yeah, he goes and he pulls the briefcase, goes and pulls the briefcase down, and it's like, what was the point of this?
To let you know he's not winning Sunday.
Because, well, every other wild card, even Apollo Crews had a match where he got his ass beat.
I just told you what the point was.
But, like, with Ricochet's like, I'm going to run down at the end of this match when everybody's
Quick. I gotta let the people know not to get their hopes up. It's okay, guys. I'm not winning Sunday.
Goddamn, Pete.
I'm not winning Sunday. Bet on somebody else. Save your money.
Oh, shit. I want to see a 6:30 off a fucking ladder, goddammit.
You can.
And
his ass will be taken out of the match.
That's like very, very deadly and like not safe to fucking just be like spinning with your knees tucked off a goddamn high ass ladder. But I still want to see it. If anybody can do it, Ricochet can. But still. Then later on, Kofi Kingston talking about, yo, I'm gonna be the special guest on the KO show. So Xavier, stay your ass backstage, goddammit. Which of course means that he's gonna be coming out later. Which he did. But he stayed back longer, so give him that much. And fucking Big E's still injured, man. That shit, he must have got fucked up, whatever that was, like for real, because he's still out. So yeah, quick recovery to Big E, man. Goddamn. But it's letting Kofi showcase Solo right now, so we can see how he is as a champion. Holding it down with the championship by himself. So let you see how that is. Charlotte Flair comes out. And she does a little promo, kind of shows, behind the scenes, so to speak, or like leading up to what's been going on with the Man versus the Queen, her versus Becky Lynch or whatnot. And basically says, without Becky coming out, which I was a little shocked Becky didn't come out, but it made sense. She didn't need to after she saw both competitors that she's going to wrestle against on the night before. But Charlotte basically said, I'm going to whoop Becky's ass.
Yeah.
Lacey
I like
Evans,
the package they put together.
Yeah, no, it was nice because it showed the friendship between the two of them when they used to do that little T shit, whatever. It showed the friendship between the two of them. It showed when Becky broke away from Charlotte at SummerSlam and turned heel, and then her rise to being, top dog on wrestling and whatnot. I thought that Lacey Evans was going to be the other wild card in her pre-tape promo
Yeah.
or whatever, but apparently that didn't constitute. Who the fuck knows how far this wild card shit goes anyway?
They're
I
making
don't.
it up as they go along.
Yeah, they are. I did like Aleister Black. I'm liking these Aleister Black little vignettes. I'm liking these.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm liking this shit. Like, just because, like I said, they split up. They brought Ricochet, Aleister to the main roster from NXT. They put him in a tag team and didn't know what to do with him.
Mm.
Then they split him up on two different brands, but they're not forgetting about either one.
Right.
As well as they're letting each one shine with what makes them them.
Yeah.
Let Ricochet do all these matches and high fly and get crazy. Let Aleister bring you in and show you how like fucking weird and spooky he is.
Mm.
I love it. They didn't forget about him. Thank you. Then we get our 4-on-3 match. Daniel Bryan, Rowan, Shane McMahon, Elias versus Roman Reigns and the Usos. And the four of them end up going over. I kind of have watched this match. I'm not gonna lie.
I was at work, so I can't lie either.
Okay, everybody, that was a decent pause. So forgive us as we get back into it. Pete, you want to tell everybody what happened real quick?
So,
shit.
I hate eyelashes. Every once in a while, one of my eyelashes will fall off and like get inside my eye. It's a little bit annoying, and then it turns out to be very annoying if it like gets in the right areas of the eye, and you gotta get rid of it. And we were talking about the main event. I started feeling like there might be something in my eye, and then I looked at the camera, and sure enough, it was big enough where I could see it on camera.
Shit.
And so I'm like, oh, let me go take care of this. And then I go in the bathroom, look in the mirror, and I didn't just have the one eyelash; I had two eyelashes fall out of my eye.
Fuck. I've had an eyelash get in my eye before, and it irritates like either your eyelid or your eyeball itself, and it makes it all puffy and shit because it's just irritating it. Yeah, not a fun feeling.
No.
That being said, get back into it. Like I said, so Daniel Bryan, Rowan, Shane McMahon, Elias, Roman Reigns, and the Usos. I was in the process of saying shout out to Roman Reigns again. I wasn't really watching this match. I did see the end. No, shout out to not Roman Reigns, to Shane McMahon for being well into his fucking 40s and can still do the goddamn coast to coast. What the fuck? And also, shout out to the ref in this match for pretty much recreating when Mick Foley blocked the coast to coast on the hard cam back in fucking WrestleMania 17 about 18 years ago. He fucking blocked the spot again, standing in the wrong spot. And the person who's sitting in the turnbuckle, if you you block them on the hard camera and you can't really see it. But WWE switched cameras real fast so you could see him do it.
No.
Miz did not interrupt this match, but the second the match was over, Miz came out and, got his chairs and started, swinging around and whatnot. Yeah. And I forgot to say, throughout the night, not so much on Raw, but especially on SmackDown, we had all of those. We forgot about them, thought they were going iPhone interviews and stuff. They came back. Like, fuck these. I ain't been a fan of those. But anyway, this is what I meant when I said, quote unquote, christened a new tag team. So, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville fought against Paige's, new acquisition and, who she's backing right now. Kairi Sane and Asuka, the Kabuki Warriors. I don't hate it. It's just one of those where it's like,
why not Kabuki Pirates?
Asuka's not a pirate.
Yeah. And
Asuka's an empress.
Asuka's not a pirate, and Kairi doesn't do Kabuki.
Touche. But what I'll say to that is Kabuki is more associated with Asian Japanese culture than pirates is.
Yeah, but she's still
Pirates
coming
are.
out there with the fucking steering wheel and the fucking pirate hat.
She didn't come out with the wheel Tuesday. She had the little telescope, but she didn't come out with the wheel.
Okay.
What the fuck? No, I'm saying I was upset. Like the fuck.
Yeah. Who
Um,
knows?
and dude, like I said, them coming out together like
They need it. They need their own theme.
it makes me well not even the theme song. We can go get to that real quick, but just them coming out together with like all they big ass robes and like all
Yeah.
this like shit. I'm like, bro, I love their single entrances way more than this shit. You know, coming out with the wheels, spinning it, standing up with the telescope, getting on the turnbuckle, all that shit.
Yeah.
Or Oscar with her big robe and her mask and like flowing around like to the music and bobbing to it.
Mhm.
They just come out together and it's like, you look at us walking. And then the theme. It's like
I hate
somebody.
these kind of themes.
This one is lazy. Somebody is just pushing play on this one
Hmm.
and then pushing stop and pushing play on this one and pushing stop. Like it's not even a mashup. It's just play, pause,
It's not
play.
even like the first Jericho theme song where it was like, well, it's the big, 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 big. Like, come on, yeah.
Because they at least tried. I remember that.
Yeah, they tried to have the little like error. It gets interrupted by Chris Jericho.
But like I said, this shit is just all right. Push play on that one and hit pause. Okay, now push pause on that and hit play. Like what the fuck? It'll be like doom 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 from far and wide. It's like what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like, wait a
it is so
minute.
yo
What happened?
ho 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 ho.
Yeah.
Sorry, why you like it
What happened there?
baby, 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 yo ho.
Bruh. Shout out to the Iconics on commentary. I liked your commentary last time, ladies. Not this time. This time it was like, what in the fuck? Like, are out of everybody who was sitting at that table talking, was anybody talking? Was anyone having a conversation with anyone? Everybody was just talking about seemingly nonsensical nothing and interrupting everyone when they tried to talk. I don't know what that was. I love all, what is it, 5 of y'all, but what we doing? Like that was a mess. Like, Mandy Rose, after Paige dubbed them the Kabuki Warriors, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville come out, and of course they they do the whole like nickname Fire and Desire thing. Thank you for reminding the audience that is the nickname of this team, because I know a lot of people fucking forgot. I didn't, but I know a lot of people forgot. So thank you for doing that.
The game's called Fire and Desire.
Like not called Fire and Desire, but nicknamed.
Mm.
Like the Hardy Boys are like kind of like nicknamed Team Extreme. You know what I mean? Like that type of deal. What's the name? Kyrie Sane and Asuka end up winning because. And first thing I thought about with the finish to this match was when you said that you think Sonya Deville is gonna go turn heel, because at the end where Sonya basically had the match won, there was no need to tag in Mandy, but Mandy was like, "Tag me, tag me, tag me!" And the second she gets tagged in, she gets rolled up real quick by Kyrie Sane.
Mm-hmm.
The match, like, and fucking Sonya Deville probably could have just fucking, ended it right there. And I was like, Pete might be on to something when I saw that.
And the way they're like arguing with each other in the ring, like as they left, like,
Yeah, I was like, Pete might be on to something here. Like, yeah, are we gonna see Sonya Deville come out and interfere in the Money in the Bank and not to help out Mandy Rose? Oh no.
Or is she gonna come out and congratulate her buddy on a hard-earned victory and then betray her?
Well, that's
classic.
I would say that says that Mandy Rose is going to win in the first place, which I don't know. We'll see when we do our prediction video. But I don't know.
Blonde chicks.
Yeah, which shout out to Becky Lynch for saying, bringing that up several times about, Lacey and Charlotte being blonde in the contract signing.
Mm-hmm.
She brought that up several times, and she's going to smack the blonde off of y'all. That was funny as shit. Like I said, Lars Sullivan backstage. The interviewer was scared as shit. Was going to interview Lars. Lars didn't say a word, just intimidated her. She walked away, very, very scared and cowering. Again, if you believe the rumors, hooray, rumors. but he got fined supposedly $100K. So yeah, because WWE was gonna let it go, but the sponsors were like, "Excuse me." So yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have the final segment. The guest on the talk show comes out before the host. Kevin Owens is in the backstage area, talking his shit and whatnot. Kofi comes out and he's like, "Nah, Kevin, you got to come out here, bro. Let me whoop that ass."
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna bless you.
Thank you.
I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna be some pre-tape shit, and Kevin Owens is gonna surprise Kofi from behind and whoop his ass, but he didn't.
Yeah, he actually just came from the front.
Right, exactly. But then he teased that he's gonna walk up. So Kofi got pissed, hops out the ring, goes to beat his ass. Then Sami Zayn comes out because, like I said, apparently Lacey Evans' wild card didn't count as number 4 because Sammy was. Whatever. But
Or
Sami
they count the Usos as one person.
which, yeah, I don't know. Okay, yeah, because God forbid Jimmy Jimmy or Jay goes to SmackDown by themselves and they get counted as 0.5. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, Sammy comes out and they start beating Kofi's ass together. Here comes Xavier Woods and he helps out. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that it ended with no, I'm not mistaken. It ended with Kevin Owens shouting a whole lot of shit to Kofi Kingston in the turnbuckle in the corner about how, I'm going to take the title back and, it was never for you to have in the first place or something like that. And you ain't shit, basically. Typical heel shit, but way more specific. But typical heel shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, then there you go. All in all, last week Raw, the week we took off, no. Last week Raw and SmackDown, no. That ain't it, Chief. This week
It
Raw
also wasn't the worst Raw ever, like people try to make it out to be.
Oh, fuck no, it wasn't. Fuck no, it wasn't the worst Raw ever last week, but it was pretty fucking damn, motherfucker. This Raw and SmackDown, I was surprised for 2 reasons. One, whenever they go overseas, they usually phone it in and like do a shit job of giving us quality stuff. Not the case. And for this to be the go home, this was a true go home, man. It felt like you were about to go into a big special event.
Oh yeah.
So I was happy. I was happy with the Raw and SmackDown of this week. I really was, and pleasantly surprised that it was some quality shit. Like, it made me be like, okay, we going into some pay-per-view special events here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll give you that.
I was pleased with both of these.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the contract signing, both ladies holding up the belts. Kevin Owens yelling at Kofi in the corner. Fucking the Mandy Rose Sonya Deville storyline happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit. Like, I was like, okay, we're making it look like stuff might happen at Money in the Bank.
It's about to go down. All I know is that whoever wins the Money in the Bank men's thing has to succeed in cash and get in. We've had 2 failed men's cash-ins yet back to back.
I will say this though, and I've said this. I'm not gonna hate a same night cash in, but I don't want to see it because it's expected, and we've seen so many of them. So I don't want to see a same night cash in. Hold on to it. Shit, pull an edge. Keep that motherfucker till we forget you got it, and then do it. Fuck. Oh shit. Oh man. But yeah, that being said, stick around. Well, not stick around, but click over. Who the fuck is texting you? But anyway,
that was my sister about my nephew and medical stuff.
Oh shit. Well, I hope everything is okay.
Mm-hmm.
I really do hope everything is okay. But no, but go ahead and make sure that you click and you check out our Money in the Bank prediction podcast that we're also going to do an episode on too as well. But that being said, we're going to close this show out. So if you would like to keep following me, then You can go ahead and follow me on Twitter. That will be at SuperJazz2.
Super Jazz.
This dude, I love it. At SuperJazz2. That's SuperJazz number 2. Follow me on Instagram. That would be at JazTucker. You can go ahead and like my page on Facebook, SuperJazz, Super Jazz. And you can also go ahead and like my music duo. That's not me and Pete with it, but another one of my good friends who sings. I rap. If you want to see me or hear me MC, I should say. And that would be not at same difference. That would be same difference dash music on Facebook. You can follow same difference at same difference on Twitter. We haven't tweeted in a minute, but on Twitter, as well as at same difference on Instagram. Haven't posted Instagram in a minute also. And you can look for same difference on YouTube. Gotta type in same difference. Scroll down a little bit. You can find a YouTube channel that I got with my friend I'm talking about, as well as same difference 20 something. That's 20 something, and same difference. Type out "Kick the Door In," and you can find those on all streaming services. 20 something is the album that I did, and "Kick the Door In" is a single that I have with my friend, as well as Super Jazz "Trust the Bounce" is the lead single to the EP that I will be dropping very soon. All right, Pete.
Yeah.
Let them know.
What up, though?
Your plugs, motherfucker. What the fuck?
Let them know. All right. You want to know? I'll let you know. Here we go with the flow. No, I'm kidding. I can't. Anyway, the bottom line is, you want to find me, you can find me, obviously, here with your boy, Super Jazz. Also, you can find me on my YouTube channel, YouTube/Feo Grande. That's Feo.
Feo Grande. No.
That's Feo Grande. You know, I believe it's all one word. But, you know, right now, I believe I got some Let's Play videos of Final Fantasy IX. I'm working on voice acting, things like that. I also got a Twitter/a Twitch. Both of them are Giotavi, Giotavi. Different from the Feo Grande YouTube, but don't worry about it. Don't think about it too much. Think it's for weirdos. Just instinct.
Think it's for weirdos. Okay.
But yeah,
okay.
That's my stuff.
About to say, you don't have nowhere near as many plugs as me because I got way too many goddamn plugs. But yeah, that being said, we're going to go ahead and close this thing out. Like I said, man, WWE normally, man, the last few go-homes I seen, nah, but this go-home, good job. Like, for real. Credit where it is goddamn due. And remember, everybody, if you need to make an audible, what, Pete? If you need to make an audible,
you can always call it in the ring.
yeah, there. Bye, y'all.
Adiosness.